Over 5 million years ago, in the void of space, lived a monster that destroyed galaxies as he pleased. He and his master roamed the universe as they pleased until the gods stepped in. Even then, however, the monster known as Majin Buu was still too powerful, and he went on to take out most of the Kais. Only after being sealed by Bibbidi, Majin Buu was eventually no longer considered a threat until he was released 7 years after the Cell games. But before being sealed away, Majin Buu used his absorption technique to merge with the Grand Supreme Kai, which is why he was in his fat form when he awoke from his sealing. Once the Majin Buu saga ended, the power ceiling in Dragon Ball became so high that a lot of us probably thought that Majin Buu would have to go through some kind of drastic change to compete with the current cast of Dragon Ball, but recently in Dragon Ball Super that doesn't seem to be the case. After Planet Eater Moro completely dominated Goku and Vegeta, the Galactic Patrol brought along Majin Buu, who was still merged with the Great Lord of Lords and who seemed to be the key to defeating Moro. All along we knew Majin Buu was strong, but after seeing him completely dominate Moro, who previously beat both Goku and Vegeta, we started to realize that there had to be something else to him that we might have missed. If you guys enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like and follow me on Twitter to stay up to date with all Dragon Ball related topics, but without further ado,
I got swords on my back, tell my right back. Ninjas with me, niggas throwing stars at these bitches. Eating ramen noodles in the hood with my niggas.
after getting his 2 wishes granted by Porunga, Moro goes on to continue to absorb the rest of planet Namek's energy. Miris, Jocko, and the surviving Namek hop into the ship in order to avoid being drained of their life force as well, and as they fly away, they can't really do anything but look on helplessly as Namek continues to get his energy absorbed. Moro floats around just inside of the atmosphere as his absorption technique drains the planet, but then the ship approaches. Using instant transmission, Goku, Vegeta, and the Grand Supreme Kai, who has switched places with Majin Buu in order to finish this battle with Moro, appear near Moro and charge in for the attack. As they all land multiple strikes, they all seem to pass right through him as Moro appears a little further away, so they chase him again. They attack him once more, with Goku punching him in the top of the head, but still no effect for some reason, which makes no sense to Goku. Moro seems to be using apparitions in the place of his real body, which, when they finally locate him, he's sitting much deeper in space, still absorbing the energy of Namek. Goku starts to go after him, but Vegeta stops him, saying that Saiyans can't survive in the vacuum of space. With that being said, the only person that can fight Moro under these circumstances right now is the Great Supreme Kai, so he heads out into space to confront him. Unfortunately, now that Moro has had his full power and his magic restored by the Dragon Balls, the Great Lord of Lords isn't even able to land a punch on him. Moro makes quick work of him, sending him flying with one strike. The Great Supreme Kai comes back with an attack of his own as he uses his telekinesis to attack Moro with comets, but he's able to dodge all of them. He fires a massive energy ball at him, which didn't work before, and of course, like before, Moro just eats it. For someone that was supposed to be their ultimate trump card to defeat Moro, the Great Lord of Lords isn't looking like too much of a match for his opponent, as even Moro says that although his strange abilities confused him at first, it seems like the god is no longer an issue to him. When we cut back to Goku and Vegeta, Goku remarks at how it seems that Moro is continually growing in strength even as his battle with the Great Lord of Lords is happening, but this is when Miris' ship shows up and he tells the Saiyans to hop on board. When they get on board, Goku asks why it's taking so long for the Kai to seal Moro, but Miris states that it doesn't seem like he was having trouble executing the move, it's more like he can't. What he says next was a surprise even to me, as Miris goes on to state that the most logical reasoning for this loss of power is because of the splitting Majin Buu underwent, more specifically the split between his good and evil parts. What he's trying to get at is that the godly power needed to seal off Moro's magic again must have been split with the evil side and not the good side of Buu. The way it happened seems like is that the good half of Buu seemed to retain the Great Lord of Lords appearance, and since that was the case, it only made sense to Miris that he would retain the god power as well, but that doesn't seem so. And as we recall back to the end of Z, We see the Great Lord of Lords landing on the Supreme Kai's planet after the split from Buu, and as we remember, Goku goes on to destroy him with the Spirit Bomb. All this time, Majin Buu was in possession of God power before the split and nobody even knew. With this new fact being presented to us, it leaves so many questions as to the potential of Majin Buu's power, and how exactly will the Great Lord of Lords obtain his God powers again when the evil parts of Buu were destroyed and reincarnated.